All right, so get this. Today we're going deep, real deep, into something that might sound a little, well, out there, using quantum physics to achieve your dreams.
That's definitely a unique approach, to say the least.
We've got this excerpt from a self-help book that's trying to bridge the gap between, some pretty complex physics and personal growth.
Yeah, it's intriguing for sure.
I think what makes it so fascinating is it taps into this desire we all have, right? To understand these forces that shape our lives, both internal and external.
Yeah.
Now, the author starts by getting really personal, sharing their own story of feeling lost, unfulfilled, even though from the outside they seem to have it all.
It's something, a lot of people can relate to, that's for sure.
Right. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, that feeling of hitting a ceiling.
Yeah.
Like something's missing even when you've achieved what you thought you wanted.
Exactly. And the author claims that turning to quantum physics was their turning point, helping them become a best-selling author. Build a successful business, all because of these principles.
Okay.
So we're going to explore how these ideas might help you manifest your own dreams.
All right.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
Okay.
The author was at this low point, and somehow quantum physics is the answer.
Yeah.
I have to admit, that's a leap I'm struggling to make.
I hear you. It does seem like a stretch at first, but the book, it boils down to this core concept.
Okay.
Quantum physics. It suggests that everything is energy,
Okay.
including our emotions.
Okay.
And those emotions emit frequencies that can actually influence the reality we experience.
Okay, so we're not just talking about vibes here. There's actual science backing this up.
Well, the book argues that the science is there.
Okay.
To understand this, we need to dip our toes into the world of frequencies.
Okay.
You know how everything in the universe,
Yeah.
from light to sound, is essentially vibrating energy?
Okay, I vaguely remember that from high school physics.
Yeah.
Something about wavelengths.
Yes.
Energy levels, right.
You got it. So the book suggests that our emotions work in a similar way. Emotions vibrate at different frequencies.
Okay.
And it's not just some abstract idea. The book actually references the Hertz vibration scale to illustrate this.
Hold on. Hertz.
Yes.
Like the rental car company?
Funny you should mention that. Hertz is actually a unit of measurement for frequency,
Okay.
named after the physicist Heinrich Hertz.
Okay.
On the Hertz vibration scale, different emotions are assigned numerical values based on their perceived frequency.
Okay.
For example, fear and grief are down at the lower end, while joy and love are way up at the higher end.
Wait, so you're saying my feelings of frustration over that parking ticket have a specific measurable frequency?
That's what the book is suggesting.
Hmm.
And this is where it gets really interesting. The author claims that by understanding our energetic state, we can consciously shift it towards higher vibrations.
Like a radio dial tuning into a different station.
That's the analogy the book uses. So if you're stuck feeling anxious or down, it's like listening to static.
Okay.
But if you can shift your energy towards joy, gratitude, love,
Yeah.
it's like tuning into your favorite music station.
Okay.
And the author claims that this shift can actually attract positive experiences into your life.
Okay, so it's not just about feeling good. It's about that good feeling somehow changing your reality.
Right. The book argues that your dominant emotional state, your frequency, so to speak, influences the kind of energy you project out into the world,
Yeah.
which then attracts similar energy back to you. Kind of like a universal law of attraction.
Interesting, but how do you actually shift your energy like that? Especially when life throws you curveballs.
Yeah.
And that's where the book's 5 quantum tools come in, right?
Exactly. These tools are supposed to be practical methods for applying these quantum physics principles to achieve personal growth and ultimately achieve your dreams.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's dive into these tools.
Okay.
Tool number 1 is all about turning up your frequency. Basically, do more things that make you happy and raise your vibration.
Yep.
Simple enough, right?
In theory, yes. But the book digs a little deeper.
Okay.
It's not just about momentary happiness. It's about cultivating a sustained state of higher vibration.
So it's not just about having a dance party in your living room, though I highly recommend those.
Huh. While those are great, the book suggests incorporating activities that nourish you on a deeper level. Things like meditation,
Yeah.
spending time in nature, or engaging in creative pursuits.
So it's about finding activities that resonate with you personally, things that truly light you up and make you feel aligned. I'm starting to see how this might work.
Exactly. It's about making those activities a regular part of your routine, not just a once-in-a-while treat.
Now, tool number 2 focuses on setting a powerful intention,
Okay?
but it has to align with the energy of love or above, whatever that means.
Right.
I'm already feeling a bit
I can
lost.
see how that might sound a bit vague.
Yeah.
What the book is getting at is being mindful of your emotional state. Everyone experiences negative emotions,
Right.
but it's about recognizing them and consciously choosing to shift towards a more positive frequency.
So if you're spiraling down the rabbit hole of self-doubt, you need to actively climb back up the ladder to feelings like love, joy, or gratitude.
Precisely. And this is where the Hertz vibration scale comes back into play.
Okay.
The book emphasizes that setting intentions, fueled by those higher vibrational emotions, is key to manifesting positive outcomes.
So instead of saying, I'm so frustrated with my job, you'd shift it to, I'm open to new opportunities that bring me joy and fulfillment.
Exactly. It's about reframing your thoughts and feelings to align with the energy you want to attract into your life.
Okay, now we're cooking. Tool number 3 seems to take this a step further, shifting your energy to what you actually desire.
Right.
How does that work?
This is where visualization comes in.
Mm.
The book guides readers through exercises where you vividly imagine your dream life, focusing on the feelings it evokes.
So if your dream is to travel the world, don't just picture yourself on a plane. Really feel the excitement of exploring a new city
Yes.
or the awe of witnessing a breathtaking landscape.
Exactly. The book emphasizes that it's about embodying the energy of what you want to experience, as if it's already happening.
Okay.
It's about shifting your internal reality to match your desired external reality.
So it's almost like tricking your mind into believing it's already achieved the dream, which then somehow helps it manifest in the real world.
That's the idea the book puts forward,
Mm.
and it connects back to the concept of frequency and energy.
Yeah.
By embodying the energy of your dream, you're essentially aligning your vibration with it,
Uh-huh.
making it more likely to attract it into your life.
All right, I'm starting to get how these pieces fit together. What about tool number 4?
Tool number 4 is all about surrounding yourself with people and energy that elevate you.
Mm.
It's about taking stock of your relationships and the content you consume.
Okay, so this is where we get into the whole energy vampires thing.
Well, the book doesn't use that term specifically, but the concept is similar.
Okay.
It's about recognizing the impact our environment has on our energy.
Yeah.
Are you spending time with people who inspire and uplift you, or are you constantly around negativity and drama?
So true. And it's not just people, right? It's also about the books we read, the shows we watch, the music we listen to.
Right.
Everything we consume has an energetic impact.
Absolutely. It's about curating your environment to support your growth and well-being,
Yeah.
choosing content that makes you feel empowered and motivated rather than drained and depleted.
This is making me realize I need to do some serious spring cleaning, both in my physical space and my social media feeds.
It's about creating a supportive and uplifting environment that nourishes your spirit and helps you maintain a higher vibration.
All right, bring on tool number 5.
Tool number 5 is about never giving up on your dreams.
Okay.
It's about achieving your dream a non-negotiable and having unwavering belief in the process.
So it's about that grit and determination, that refusal to settle for anything less than what you truly desire.
Exactly. The book emphasizes that this unwavering belief is what keeps your energy aligned with your goals.
Okay.
It's about trusting that things are always working out for you, even when you can't see the full picture.
Okay, I love that. Trusting the process, even when it gets tough.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that quote, the universe doesn't give you what you ask for with your thoughts, it gives you what you demand with your actions.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah?
And the author echoes that sentiment, urging readers to take specific actions towards their goals.
Mm-hmm.
They even pose thought-provoking questions like, what does it look like to make your relationship happy and healthy not an option?
Right.
What does it feel like to make losing that weight not an option? It's a powerful call to action.
It's about that unshakable commitment to making your dreams a reality, not just wishful thinking.
Exactly. And this ties back to the idea of energy and intention.
Okay.
When you make achieving your dream a non-negotiable, you're sending a clear message to the universe, focusing your energy on that desired outcome.
So it's not enough to just daydream about it. You have to put in the work, back it up with action.
Right. It's about taking inspired action, guided by your intuition, and fueled by your unwavering belief.
This is making me think about how the author achieved their own success. It wasn't just about reading about quantum physics.
Right.
It was about taking that knowledge and putting it into practice.
Exactly.
Did the author ever specifically mention how they use this, like tuning into a frequency idea to achieve their goals? Did they visualize their book becoming a bestseller or their business taking off?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
The book doesn't go into specific details about how the author applied the concepts to their own life.
Mm,
It focuses more on the principles and tools themselves.
mm. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm curious to know more about how the author personally experienced these quantum leaps.
right.
But for now, I'm ready to move on to the next tool. Let's see what else this book has to offer.
Absolutely. There's a lot more to unpack in this fascinating exploration of quantum physics and personal growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting that they decided to do that,
Yeah.
focus on the principles and the tools rather than their personal journey.
Yeah.
Perhaps they wanted to emphasize that these concepts, can be applied by anyone,
Right.
regardless of background or specific goals.
That's a good point. It
Yeah.
makes it more universally applicable.
Right.
But I still think hearing about the author's own quantum leaps would have added another layer of intrigue.
Agreed. But maybe that's something you could explore further on your own. See if you can find any interviews or talks
Ooh, good idea.
where the author delves deeper into their personal experiences.
You know me, always up for a little extra research.
Right.
But for now, let's get back to these tools. We've covered the first 5,
Yeah.
which are all about, raising your vibrations, setting intentions, and taking action. It all sounds great in theory, but I think a lot of listeners might be wondering, does this stuff actually work?
Yeah.
I mean, is there any evidence that applying these quantum principles can lead to tangible results in your life?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
The book does offer anecdotal evidence,
Okay.
sharing stories of clients who have used these tools to achieve significant transformations in their lives. Things like doubling their income,
Wow.
improving their relationships, or finding greater fulfillment.
But of course, personal anecdotes aren't the same as scientific proof.
Right. It's easy to be skeptical,
Yeah.
especially when you're dealing with something as complex as quantum physics.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But maybe that's part of the challenge, right? Suspending disbelief and being open to the possibility that there's more to the world than what we can see and measure.
I think that's a key point. The book encourages readers to approach these concepts with a sense of curiosity and open-mindedness, rather
Yeah.
than trying to fit them into a rigid scientific framework.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So let's say someone's listening to this and they're feeling inspired to give it a try.
Okay.
Where would you suggest they start?
Hmm.
What's a simple first step they could take to explore these quantum tools for themselves?
I think a great starting point is simply becoming more aware of your dominant emotional state throughout the day.
Okay.
Take a few moments to pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Where is my energy at?
Hmm.
Once you start paying attention to your emotional landscape, you can begin to consciously shift it.
So it's like shining a light on those unconscious patterns and habits that might be keeping you stuck in a low vibration.
Exactly. Awareness is the first step towards change.
Hmm.
And then you can start experimenting with some of the tools we've discussed.
For example, if someone's feeling stressed or overwhelmed, they could try the gratitude practice we talked about earlier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Taking a few minutes to focus on things you're grateful for can have a powerful effect on your energy.
It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from negativity to positivity.
It's like hitting the reset button on your emotional state, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the more you practice these tools,
Yeah.
the more natural they become. It's like building a muscle.
Uh-huh.
The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
This is making me think about the whole nature versus nurture debate.
Okay.
If our reality is shaped by our energy and frequency, does that mean we have complete control over our lives?
Yeah.
What about things like genetics or environmental factors that are beyond our control?
That's a great question, and one that the book doesn't shy away from. The author acknowledges that there are certainly external factors that influence our lives, things we can't always control.
Right.
But the emphasis is on what we can control, our thoughts, our emotions, and our responses to those external circumstances.
So it's not about denying the existence of challenges
No.
or pretending that everything is always rainbows and butterflies.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that we always have a choice in how we respond to those challenges.
Mm.
We can choose to let them drag us down into a low vibration, or we can choose to rise above them, maintain a higher frequency,
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately create a more positive reality.
It reminds me of that Viktor Frankl quote,
Yeah.
between stimulus and response, there is a space.
Yeah.
In that space is our power to choose our response.
Yes.
In our response lies our growth and our freedom.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
It all comes down to choice.
Hmm.
And that's That's what these quantum tools offer.
Right.
A set of choices, a toolkit for navigating the inevitable ups and downs of life with greater awareness, intention, and empowerment.
Okay, so we've talked about the tools, the evidence or lack thereof, and
Yeah.
the importance of choice, but there's still something nagging at me.
Okay.
This whole concept of attracting what you want into your life, it feels a little bit like wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Like if I just sit here visualizing my dream job hard enough, it'll magically appear.
Yeah. I think that's a valid concern, and it's important to address the potential for misunderstanding or misinterpretation of these concepts.
Okay.
The book doesn't suggest that simply visualizing your desires is enough to manifest them.
Right.
It emphasizes the importance of aligning your energy with your goals
Oh, okay.
and then taking inspired action.
So it's not just about sitting on your couch daydreaming.
Right.
It's about getting out there and doing the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about taking action that feels aligned with your goals and your higher self.
Uh-huh.
It's about making choices that support your desired outcome,
Okay.
rather than sabotaging yourself with doubt and fear.
So it's like setting the intention, aligning your energy, and then taking concrete steps towards making it happen. It's not magic.
Right.
It's about actively creating your reality.
Precisely.
Now that feels a lot more empowering than just hoping and wishing for things to fall into place.
Yes.
But speaking of taking action, one of the things I'm still grappling with is this idea of frequency and vibration. It all sounds very abstract and theoretical.
Yeah.
Is there a way to understand this concept in a more concrete, practical way?
That's a great question, and one that I think a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah.
The book relies heavily on analogies to explain these concepts,
Yeah.
like the radio dial
Mm-hmm.
and the Hertz vibration scale.
Right.
But those analogies can only take us so far.
Right.
To truly grasp the power of frequency and vibration,
Yeah.
we need to look beyond the surface and explore the underlying principles at play.
Okay, I'm all ears. Break it down for me.
Okay.
How does this whole frequency thing actually work in the context of our lives and our experiences?
Well, one way to think about it is through the lens of energy.
Okay.
Everything in the universe is made up of energy vibrating at different frequencies.
Ah,
Even seemingly solid objects are constantly in motion at the atomic level.
okay.
And these vibrations create energy fields that interact with each other.
Okay, I'm following so far, but how does this relate to our emotions and our experiences?
Well, our thoughts and emotions are also forms of energy.
Hmm.
They have a vibrational frequency, just like everything else in the universe. And these frequencies can influence the energy field around us, attracting similar frequencies and repelling dissimilar ones.
So if I'm constantly vibrating at a frequency of fear and anxiety, I'm more likely to attract experiences that reflect those emotions.
That's the idea the book puts forward. It's like tuning into a radio station.
Okay.
If you're tuned into a station that's broadcasting fear and anxiety,
Yeah.
that's what you're going to experience.
Right.
But if you can shift your dial to a station that's broadcasting love and joy,
Yeah.
your experience will change accordingly.
That makes sense, but how do we actually shift our dial? Is it as simple as just thinking positive thoughts?
It's a bit more nuanced than that. It's about cultivating a deeper awareness of your emotional state and making conscious choices that support a higher vibration. This might involve practices like meditation, mindfulness, gratitude,
Yeah.
or spending time in nature.
So it's about actively engaging in activities that raise our vibration and help us tune into those higher frequencies.
Exactly. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports a more positive and expansive energetic state.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, as you consistently make these choices,
Yeah.
your dominant frequency will begin to shift, and you'll start to attract experiences that reflect this new vibration.
This is starting to feel less like wishful thinking and more like a conscious and intentional way of shaping our reality.
Right.
It's not about denying the existence of negative emotions or challenges,
Right.
but rather about equipping ourselves with the tools and practices to navigate them in a more empowered way.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that we have more agency than we often realize.
Mm.
We're not just passive recipients of whatever life throws our way.
Mm.
We have the power to choose our thoughts, our emotions,
Yeah.
and ultimately the experiences we create.
I'm really starting to see the potential here. It's not about forcing ourselves to be happy all the time or ignoring the difficult parts of life.
Right.
It's about cultivating a more conscious and intentional relationship with our inner world
Yes.
and recognizing that our energy has a real and tangible impact on our outer world.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
And I think it captures the essence of what this book is trying to convey.
Okay, so we've delved into the concept of frequency and vibration, explored the importance of choice,
Right.
and highlighted the power of taking inspired action.
Yeah.
But there's still one piece of the puzzle that I'm curious about.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about personal transformation,
Yeah.
but what about the impact of these quantum principles on a larger scale?
Yeah.
Can shifting our individual frequencies actually create positive change in the world around us?
That's a fascinating question, and one that I think is worth exploring further. The book touches on this idea,
Okay.
suggesting that as more individuals raise their vibrations, it creates a ripple effect that can elevate the collective consciousness.
So it's like a critical mass of positive energy that can shift the whole system towards a higher frequency.
That's the idea. It's a bit like the concept of the 100th monkey effect,
Right.
where a learned behavior spreads rapidly through a population once a certain threshold is reached.
Intriguing. So if enough people start embodying these principles of love, compassion, and higher consciousness,
Yeah,
it could potentially create a more harmonious and peaceful world.
that's the hope.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a complex issue with many factors at play,
Right.
but I think it's an inspiring thought to consider
Yeah.
that our individual efforts to raise our vibrations can contribute to a larger collective shift towards greater love, peace, and understanding.
It's almost like a butterfly effect,
Yeah.
where a small change in one part of the system can have a cascading impact on the whole.
Exactly. And it underscores the importance of our individual choices and actions.
Mm.
Even seemingly small shifts in our own energy and frequency can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves.
Wow, that's a powerful reminder that we're all interconnected and that our individual actions matter.
Yeah.
It's not just about our own personal growth and fulfillment.
Right.
It's about contributing to a more positive and harmonious world for everyone.
I think that's a beautiful takeaway from this exploration.
Yeah?
We're all part of a vast web of energy, interconnected and interdependent.
Hmm.
And as we raise our own vibrations, we contribute to raising the vibration of the collective, creating a more loving, compassionate, and harmonious world for all.
It's really making me think about, like all the social movements and cultural shifts that have happened throughout history.
Yeah.
Could those be seen as examples of collective frequency shifts?
That's an interesting perspective. It certainly aligns with the book's premise that thoughts and emotions have a tangible impact on reality.
Right.
Imagine the combined energy and intention of millions of people
Right.
focused on social justice or environmental change. It's a powerful force.
It's like that Margaret Mead quote, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has."
Exactly.
Yeah.
It highlights the power of collective action,
Yeah.
of individuals coming together with a shared vision and purpose.
Yeah.
And when that shared vision is rooted in love, compassion, and a desire for positive change, it 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 can create a ripple effect that transforms entire societies.
This whole conversation has been a real mind bender.
Yeah.
In a good way, it's made me question a lot of my assumptions about how the world works and the power we have as individuals to shape our reality.
That's the beauty of exploring new ideas and perspectives.
Yeah.
It challenges us to expand our thinking
Right.
and consider possibilities we might not have entertained before.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have
We've explored the core concepts of quantum physics as they relate to personal growth, delved into the 5 tools for raising our vibration and attracting our desires, and even touched upon the potential for collective frequency shifts to create positive change in the world.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey.
But I think there's one more piece we need to address before we wrap up.
Okay, what's that?
I think it's trust.
Trust. Tell me more.
When you really think about it, applying these quantum principles
Yeah.
requires a tremendous amount of trust. Trust in the unseen, trust in the process,
Yeah.
and trust in your own intuition.
It's like taking the leap of faith, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Stepping outside your comfort zone and embracing the unknown,
Yeah.
even when you can't see the full picture.
It's about surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that you're being guided and supported even when things feel uncertain or challenging.
Precisely.
This reminds me of that saying,
What's that?
leap and the net will appear.
Oh.
It's about having the courage to take that first step, even when you can't see where it will lead.
Exactly. And I think that's where the true magic lies,
Right.
in that space of surrender and trust, where we open ourselves to infinite possibilities.
I'm starting to see how trust weaves its way through all of these quantum tools and principles.
Yeah.
It's about trusting that raising your vibration will attract positive experiences, trusting that setting intentions will guide your path, trusting that taking inspired action will lead you to your goals,
Right.
and trusting that even when things don't go as planned, there's a higher purpose unfolding.
Exactly. Trust is the foundation upon which all of these practices are built.
Yeah.
Without it, it's easy to get caught up in doubt, fear, and self-sabotage.
Right.
But when we cultivate a deep sense of trust, we open ourselves to a world of infinite potential and possibility.
This whole conversation has been incredibly eye-opening.
It has.
And I have to admit, I'm feeling a renewed sense of hope and empowerment.
That's great.
It's like a whole new world has opened up, filled with possibilities I hadn't even considered before.
That's wonderful to hear, and I hope our listeners are feeling that same sense of inspiration and possibility.
Me too.
Remember, this is just the beginning of your exploration. There's so much more to discover and experience as you delve deeper into these concepts and practices.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into quantum physics and personal growth, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
If, as the book suggests, our thoughts and emotions have the power to shape our reality, what kind of world are you creating right now? What frequencies are you emitting? What intentions are you setting? And what actions are you taking to manifest your dreams and contribute to a more positive and harmonious world for all?
Those are powerful questions to reflect on. And remember, the journey of personal growth and transformation is ongoing. There's no finish line.
Right.
It's about continually expanding your awareness, deepening your trust, and embracing the infinite possibilities that unfold along the way.
This has been The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us.